This is called a mass event when it affects many, many people. That means there's a mass agreement on some level that people created either through intention, either through acquiescing, saying, oh, all right, or by default, ignoring it and then simply have feeling as if you're just a part of some randomness and whatever happens, happens. How you form your intentionality is of the utmost importance. And what you focus on, what you think is important, is often something you have to complete in this lifetime. Our advice to you is don't get obsessed. Spread your generosity, your grace, your good wealth around. Never think that you are too old or not smart enough or not whatever enough. You are more than plenty. And as our vehicle emphasized to you this morning, the body is very stalwart. You have to do a lot to it to destroy it. You have been convinced in your world through germ theories and all kinds of things that you are invaded from outside. We are saying that you have beliefs and feelings from lifetimes, from this lifetime inside. You carry them with you. You don't understand their power. And you attract things and manifest things in the outside world to meet what you are energizing inside. Over the years, we've played the role of cheerleader for you. Go, humans, go. You can do it. Make us proud, etc. For a good reason. It's not for our benefit, although we will benefit from your advancement. It is so that you can live an exemplary life, so that you can be relaxed and peaceful while you live in times of turmoil and change. The changes that are occurring now are like, let's say, a birthing process. And most of you don't remember being born. It can be a bit of a squeeze and a struggle. Do you understand? Some of you say, I'm out of here, and you just fly out of the womb. And others of you don't want to let go, and you hang in there and twist yourselves around and put your mothers through all kinds of agony to deliver you. All of these birth throes are happening to human consciousness. It is as if you have outgrown this egg of beliefs, or a womb, and humanity is ready to bust out, and they don't know what they're busting out into. But they are kicking and fussing, and they're building up a lot of emotional energy. Much of it purely reactive, because they don't understand the larger picture of things. Ideally, you have learned up to this point, from last night and this morning, here in, where are we? North Glen, Colorado. Yeah. We knew the state, or we were going to say Denver, but we knew there was a little local town here, North Glen. And ideally, you have learned that there's no one answer to anything. The exercise of the pedestal in the park will also teach you that there, as you move around events, they look different from different perspectives. And your perspectives are always enhancing if you allow them to. As your perspectives enhance, ideally a heart chakra opens and you have a greater compassion and understanding for the whys and wherefores of events. We also truly emphasized to you last night that you are not victims, that you are creators, and that all that you see and experience you help bring into motion. If you see goodness, it is because it is exemplified through your own being. If you are encountering one bump in the road after another, then best have a talk with the inner world and listen, tune in, pay attention to what you are energizing. Your frustrations, your joys, your expectations of excellence, or your fears, they will all come racing towards you from now in the next few years. Because as the energy wants to teach you, wants to welcome you into higher consciousness, the only way you're going to enter higher consciousness is to figure out your power inside. And then demonstrate, as we said last night, demonstrate that you can take hold of this power and learn to direct it. If you think in terms of sailing, if you're on a peaceful day, it's not such a problem. Get out there in a storm or the winds have changed and you best know what you're doing. And what you must do is change your course, move the sails around. Do you understand this? Mm-hmm. If you are riding herd on, say, you are old-time stagecoach driver or someone who had all kinds of horses in front of them, those horses could run you wild if you did not know what you were doing. These are metaphors to help you understand that you must steer this energy. You must make adjustments, and you must keep a little smile on your face at the same time and chuckle at the marvels of the multiverse. We cannot emphasize enough that this field is friendly, meaning that whatever you want, it can bring it to you. Last night we had you end with a round of zippity-doo-dah, yes?
Yes.
Does anyone remember to do zippity today, bit?
Mm-hmm.
Keep that one going. It's a good song to sing to yourself because it's setting out expectations. And it's also honoring the idea that the sun lights up your life. So, let's see if we have any other emphasis of importance to you. You've been discussing in larger terms the turmoil that is coming this summer in terms of financial collapses, in terms of systemic disruptions, in terms of many things coalescing with potentials to rearrange reality. There will be, let's say, you have the threat of war. But remember, behind the scenes, many of these things are agreed upon. Behind the scenes, world leaders say, all right, we'll pretend to go to war with you. We'll sacrifice our guys for your guys. And we'll do this as a blood offering to the gods. And, one of these gods of war is Aries. Aries is not only the initiator, the starter, the leader, the brilliance of spirit in the body, but on a miscued level, it also supports violence, war, aggression. All the energies have many composites to them. You must find the highest use and set your intention for that higher use and then exemplify it. So these are all potentials that you will see played out in the outside world as a mass event. Your own lives, you can take charge of. You can make preparations. You can make peace where you are. Lots of people want to wish for peace all around the planet, and that is a good prayer. But many, many people must play out their violence. They are going to play out the emotions that are inside. And there are still strong, strong waves of victimhood within humanity. Waves of where people think they have no power, and if someone does something to them, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Yes? It is a teaching, an understanding that is very limiting. It is very defensive. It is very barbaric. And you've been taught this by beings who want you to fight, who want you to believe that you have to do this, and then you create energy fields, and they are happy because they control you. And then you think they are gods. And you pray to these warlike beings. Your literatures, your books, your ancient records are full of gods encouraging you to go to war. The ancient records are full of gods who fought over different artifacts way, way back in time. And you're talking about beings that are referred to as the Anunnaki, those who came from heavens. These Anunnakis were not all fun and games and great brotherly and sisterly love. They were highly competitive, as are many forces in your world today. You tend to believe that the controllers behind the scene are all unified and they are singing Kumbaya. They are not. When people operate with deceit, they treat everyone with deceit. So there's no trust, there's paranoia, there is these beings going into their death throes, attempting to control that which is far beyond their control.